You're live.
Hey everybody, I'm Caleb, and this is the Delta Green Twitch channel. We are here to continue our campaign, Insolent Impulse. We are on to session 2. And thank you for joining us. This is, we're just kind of doing our little weekly game night live, and we appreciate you being here with us and supporting the work. We've got a little link down where the cell is adding their own ideas as to what is going on. If you need a little bit of a refresher as to what we did last week, in addition to the verbal one incoming. Yeah, Shane did a ton of work on that, murder boarded the whole thing, and it's pretty sweet looking. Real excited to show them how utterly wrong-headed and off base it is. But before that, we got to introduce everybody. Baz is on the ones and twos, moderating all your questions, of course. We couldn't do this without him. Say hi, Baz.
Hello.
Baz will be answering all your questions in the chat while I work on the insane graphomaniac spreadsheet I like to call writing. We are going to introduce our characters then. So let's just go down the Discord order. So who's up first?
Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio and Night Clerk Radio and the Mix Six. I do a lot of podcasts, it turns out. I am playing Cassidy Sturgeon. She is a software developer who got mixed up with Delta Green primarily because she was in the wrong place, the wrong time, but she survived. So the horrible, unnatural things that she saw, she has nightmares about, and I'm a hacker type. Yeah, it's fine. Definitely just not going to see anything worse than what I already have.
You and Levi having a little makerspace out by the algae-filled pool of the Desert Garden Inn where you are staying. Next.
Hey everyone, this is Rob from the Orpheus Protocol. That is my own cosmic horror and espionage game with a bit of a comic booky flair to it, seeking to answer the riddle of what if the X-Files were investigated by the X-Men. You can check out the podcast as well as the game. I'm playing Levi Holtz, an infosec specialist who, after also surviving something pretty bad, but surviving a little less well than Cassidy did, became rather obsessed with not getting shot or stabbed again, and saw to making himself as lethal as possible.
Nice. Next.
I'm Greg Stolze, longtime Delta Green listener, first-time caller. Known for stuff like the One Roll Engine, Termination Shock, $1 Million Soulmate, if you want something the exact opposite of Delta Green. And I'm playing Mace Hoffman, who is so far still a unnatural virgin, despite these guys promising him that it will be the absolute worst experience of his entire life. So, he's a proudly nonviolent criminal, financial crimes only, conviction for wire fraud, but used that time to get his degree in computer science, which he's only ever used for good since getting out.
Yeah. Nice. And last but not least.
So this is Shane Ivey, and I run Aubergine Publishing and co-wrote Delta Green, the role-playing game, with Greg, and have written a lot of other things too. So I'm playing...
And other people.
I'm playing Mike Martinez, who's the most veteran Delta Green veteran on the team, and I hope that I will do some more really tense yelling at people today.
The guy holding Mace's choke chain.
Yep. And as I say every time, this is a little different than some gaming streams. Delta Green is about the mood. Specifically, there is content in this game, and this is a warning for that content, about trauma, compassion fatigue, and real world violence. especially in how regards it exists on the internet. So it's a game with horrific themes. Take that in mind. But in order to maintain that theme, I got to focus on these guys, and I'm not going to respond to your chat, but that'll be Baz, and we'll take questions after we're done. So, speaking of, in a dark, poorly drained basement, dripping with wet, with a single swinging light bulb, there is a ridiculously Faradayed room with wrought iron cables around it, where a hard-lined computer that is way too old to hold all the important stuff that it holds pops on with an encrypted communique, and Atkinson voice comes on. Operation Insolent Impulse made contact. They have found unnatural assets of an arcant variety in the Cogent Engineering office furniture. We don't understand how this has breached containment or what it does, but we know it's festooned throughout the building. They've also recovered a document called the Heavenly Garden of Hypnos. This is also on our watch list. We're looking into that. They've yet to search the homes of Bray, Rutherford, Gim, or Hoffman, any of the other victims. They've mainly focused on the campus, from what I was told by Martinez. And they are also concerned about a company called Filigree Security. There appears to be some sort of cover-up for additional deaths in the building. I will report back once I know more. Into tape. The little speaker dies, and the computer encrypts it, and it turns back off. Meanwhile, at the Desert Garden Inn, you all are starting another brave day of heroically crusading against crime and cyber criminals, according to anybody who asks.
Okay, raise your hand if your character has a hangover.
Very much so.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I'm building
A margarita hangover too, which combines the worst aspects of a lot of sugar and to kill you.
So your bonds know you're out on trips, and it's only been a couple days. So do you want to take a quiet morning constitutional to call your loved ones and maybe talk to them, or do you want me to contact you as them when they feel like it? Because I'm also fine with that.
I think Mace, being the thoughtful people person he is, the spontaneous extrovert type, he would give Carla a call.
Great. The phone picks up actually barely into the second ring. Hello?
Did you miss me?
Oh God. I was about to call you. So out of character, it says on your character sheet that your brother is, quote, troubled. What does that mean for Brother Jericho?
Where Mace commits calculated nonviolent crimes, Jericho calculated nonviolent crimes of profit. Jericho commits occasional spontaneous violent minor crimes of don't touch my truck.
Yes. Your brother rolled into the driveway at 4 a.m. this morning.
Wow, that's unusually early for Jericho.
Yeah, he says he needs a place to stay because his place is getting fumigated. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
What am I going to do here?
It would be great if it was. Okay, well, Jericho is a sweetheart with people that he loves, and he loves you.
I also know he's dumb enough to think that the cops won't think to look to his brother's house if they're looking for him. What do I do if he comes in here while you're gone? He's not here because anything good has happened.
All right, if you are uncomfortable with him cooling out there for a few days, put him on, and I will talk to him about maybe finding a place that is, more steps away from the most obvious place the Popo would look for him.
Okay, he's passed out on the couch now. I'll have him call you when he gets up. This doesn't have anything to do with the phones in the wall, right?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm going to come back from this, and I think this is going to really turn things around for us. I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be great, honestly.
Okay, Mace. I'll call him as soon as he gets up. Have your phone on.
Give him time to get a shower and like some breakfast in him. You don't want him hangry.
Yeah, fine, whatever. She hangs up. What are the rest of you doing?
Hey, where did that conversation take place?
That's up to Mace. He's the one who.
Where was Mace?
Oh, he would have gone out by. He would have gone out to try and find the most pleasant place, the best scenery, like maybe one lone palm tree. Probably not the algae-soaked pool.
Oh, no, the dead palm tree. Yeah, no, it's out there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There are no live
flames yet.
There are no live palm trees for him to contemplate as he has his morning coffee.
Dead palm tree. It's shady, which is good because it's already very sunny. It's Arizona.
Well, the tree and Mace have that in common. Oh, quick question, GM. Yep. Do we improve any of our skills at all or nah? Because man, I failed at some stuff.
Yeah, I mean by
go
by
ahead.
The rules, if you beat the skill roll, then add a d4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just add a d4 to all the various skills that I failed. Awesome.
That you failed, yeah.
Sweet.
So
that was a busy little failure.
So handler.
Yes.
This is technically an FBI thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have that right? So is the FBI paying for lodgings? Like, do we have our own room in this crappy motel?
They could actually afford your own private rooms at this hotel, which is not the luxury you would hope that sounds like. Yes, maybe one room at a Holiday Inn would have been better and in many ways more humane. But nope, you have your own rooms. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So anybody else calling, or are they all getting?
Cassidy's going to be texting her friends to let them know just a special work trip, and so yeah, like Sabrina, and I guess all of them, just to let them touch base.
Even your ex? Okay.
Yeah, just to let them know this work trip sucks. But fact, yeah, I mean, just to let them know, just so they don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Levi, are you doing anything, or just getting to work?
I figure anything we find here is going to be probably out of the bailiwick of the law firm that I work at. I probably, told my boss how long I was going to be gone. Mm-hmm. Levi's trying not to think about when he's off on this vacation that the only people he cares about and care about him are the people that he works for directly. But he put in for vacation, not that he has official schedule or whatever, with the Sistema course, and so I don't think he's got a relationship with anybody where he would be calling them. The kids that he came up with, that's something where you don't really talk that often. Often when someone calls, it's because something's happening and is needed or whatever.
That's fair enough.
I figure he's just drinking some insufferable green powdered superfood something or other and doing pistol squats or something like that, like by 8 a.m. at latest.
Yeah, oddly enough, it's not very good. The kale in Arizona during the summer is of low quality. Weirdly enough.
Opposed to all the delicious kale you can get other places.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had that's unfair. I've had some spectacular.
Okay, but
kale.
powdered to be drunk in a like shaker, probably.
That's unfair to the kale. Why don't you just put red wine in a pill?
Okay, so just to give you guys a refresher where you left off, you have access to the Heavenly Garden of Hypnos, a pamphlet that was supposed to have gone extinct during the Reign of Terror. You've got an online PDF scan of it, and your SIGINT experts have recognized some sort of cipher wheel within it, but it have yet to be decoded. You've yet to visit any of the homes of any of the victims. You have all that information from your friendly Topher. You have yet to visit the filigree security double-wide trailer on the edge of the Cogent Engineering parking lot, where the shooting of Ashley Bray definitely didn't happen, but was said to have happened. And that's about where you left off. So.
Yeah, during the...
Oh, and the building is filled with office furniture with weird pentagrammal glyphs inscribed on the interior of the seats linings.
Mm-hmm. During our unwinding and getting drunk last night, Martinez definitely would have told our two technical experts to not decipher those weird ass glyphs. But whether they remember that or not, or are interested in hearing that, is totally up to the players, of course.
Do you mean the weird ass glyphs in the chairs, or the weird ass glyphs in the pamphlet?
Yeah, all of the above. If there's a weird ass glyph, Martinez is against deciphering it, without firm instructions. Yeah.
What language is Heavenly Garden of Hypnos in?
It is in French.
Yeah. Okay.
Deciphered with like comment boxes, if I remember right.
Yes, it has PDF comments loaded in by someone anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are the comments in English and their translations, or?
Yes, the comments were large translations of the text. The cipher wheels, and those appear to be illustrated or illuminated elements of the pamphlet that do not have
various
comments
letters
on.
are illuminated.
Yeah. Yes, the text of the Heavenly Guard of Hypnos is largely a clerical argument by an unnamed member of the clergy, saying that Christ had made heaven on earth in the dreams of men, and rather than blaspheme by going against the king, they should retreat from famine into their dreams and live a life of the soul and not the cursed, needy flesh. It was not well received by the peasantry, to say the least. Thus, the elimination of the pamphlet during the Reign of Terror.
Have we all read the actual pamphlet, or
yes?
Is that
okay. It's not too damaging. It's a crazy guy who's like, better to feel grateful for starving than to insult your god king. It's pretty disconnected.
Taking a rock and blunting the edge of the guillotine blade before this guy went under it.
Yeah. This one, the dull one. So that's all you know from it. It was posted on the Sleepy Time Discord server by Hippie Nose, along with you also have a long list of strange drugs in a pharmacology thread.
Is that on the Discord server too?
Yes.
Okay.
You have the list of strange drugs. You do not.
What do they say about this list of strange drugs? I forgot.
The list is asking about some serious ass sleep aids. Most people are talking about like melatonin. This person was asking about melatonin agonists to prevent melatonin from being processed so it stays in the system longer. This benzodiazepine, Z hypnotics. Basically, if it knocks me out, please give it to me. There's also a lot of even stranger stuff in there, talking about pineal melatonin, and acetylcholine, which is essential for the maintenance of REM sleep. There was talk about trying to make it synthesized, but Hippie Nose lamented they didn't have the chemistry knowledge for that. No one else apparently working as a Facebook moderator for Cogent also had the chemistry knowledge either, and the topic kind of died. But you do know, with just your experience, that if someone is actually getting all of these materials, that is a pretty unique accounting profile. Like, oh, the person buying a ton of synthetic choline and acetic acid. Yeah, that person. There can't be a whole lot of people in the Phoenix area with seamstress businesses that are also rolling in synthetic REM brain chemicals. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually going to look at Phoenix area pharmaceutical chemical suppliers and that kind of thing, and just computer science, try and gain illicit access to their databases, given how shitty most computer security is. So, can I try
okay,
that?
roll for it.
Yeah. Let's see here. 51 out of 80.
That's pretty good. You actually run a little script. You're just looking for places that would be into sleep science to narrow it down, and you're looking for keywords.
Yeah, the list that we have. Yeah,
that will work. That will give you something. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
what's everybody else doing?
To divide the labor on the computer side of things, I think that I will probably see if there's any faint little back trail of the Hippie Nose user. Like if I can find other servers, common logins, things like that. Just anything to see if we can get a picture of who this person is.
Oh yeah, is there a way to find a Discord user if you're on the same server? Like,
yeah. So you could also roll to try and you could even try and hack the Discord account.
Yeah, that would be a place to start. So
yeah, do that.
I'll also do computer science, just kind of.
Hello, new friend. Can I
in a parallel way?
Will you open this file for me?
Increase
I
the
need
size
help
of your
getting my
penis.
NFT dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Hello, I am an NFT
56 under 80.
Nigerian prince. An NFT of a Nigerian prince.
What'd you get, Levi?
56 under 80.
Actually, it's pretty easy. Password turns out to be the username. You're like, fucking score, we did it. Until you realize that this has nothing attached to it. The email account's a burner. It's not on any other servers. This person appears to have a bespoke Discord profile sign-in for just interacting with this. It's a burner account. However, as you are going through it, you do see that it did send one message to a Brainiac, Bray.
Uh-oh.
That's got to be what's her name?
Yep. Last name Bray, I think.
Ashley Bray.
Indeed.
What was the message?
Definitely died at that trailer, not anywhere else.
Oh yeah, the suicide in the elevator.
You
Bray was shot by the cops.
That's
that
was what
that was Rutherford.
Yeah. And the story they had for Bray was that
Rutherford
she
shot
attacked
himself.
security people.
He was a disgruntled employee shot by filigree security.
She was
while trying to kill her boss. Got it.
Well, yeah, that was the story. We think that was. I don't think that was.
Well, she died in the elevator. Is our
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the message
so you now have
or?
what I gave to you, the Aubergine transcript.
Oh boy, more of this fun stuff.
When was that sent?
That was sent the day before Ashley Bray died. Can be the last time this account was used.
Can you tell whether the account Brainiac opened it, like received the attachment or anything?
Are you playing it?
That's Holtz. Holtz is the one fiddling with it here.
When I find this message that was sent is a file. It's just a file attachment. Is there any like communication along with it, or is it just here's the file?
There is metadata embedded in the file.
Yeah, that's.
But other than that, there
that
was
first.
no message with it. No.
Sure. I'll
It
check
was
that
just-
first. Is it similar to these other weird things we've been having turn up in terms of the fingerprint here of the metadata?
It looks like you've already worked on it. That waveform that was pretty uniform interference across both recordings that you compensated for to clear it up and get what little audio you could. It looks like someone's already done that for you.
Oh, well, that's just convenient.
Yeah, before opening it, I'll make sure that the rest of the team knows that, yeah, we've got another one of these, and this one is meant to be user-friendly, let's say. Easier to listen to.
Easy listening, crazy talk. Great.
I don't know whether this is important enough to, like, I'm not going to lie, I didn't feel great listening to the last one.
I'll listen to it. I listened to heavy metal growing up. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So yes, you've discovered this on the King's Road to Cephalus, on the Merchant Guild of Inquinoc. It just says Aubergine. As you listen to it, you can actually make out the words and start developing the transcripts. It is an account of someone who claims that he dreams of a man named Hunter. A Hunter Mueller. He says his father is a Mueller, but would be shamed to see him if he lived. Ashley Bray is mentioned by name in it as a woman betrayed by this Hunter Mueller for some sort of advancement in his, the speaker says, clan, or he doesn't seem to understand what Cogent does. Said he had her cast out into the burning waste surrounding the nightmare in which he simpers. Her children suffer and he cares not. And that appears to be listed in there. Does anybody have SIGINT? And they want to roll on the transcript?
Yeah, sure.
I do.
I would also, I would also linguistics of some sort.
22.
I failed.
That's a success.
Also failed.
Crit success. Woohoo! Crit success.
Crit success. The Aubergine, on the behest of whatever this speaker is, who appears to be the same person from the other recordings, demands to know where this Hunter person lives. After they get down that he lives in a place called Arizona, they get to that he is part of the Dawlish court in a house thrice marked with death. You just on a whim kind of type that into Google Earth and find 444 Dawlish Court owned by Hunter Mueller. Roll San.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fair. I make that too. 10. So
his Facebook profile says he's an employee at Cogent Engineering.
okay.
Let's talk to him. I want to talk to Hunter Mueller.
As you do
See
that,
what
your
his
search
deal is
pings.
with it.
There actually is only one place in Arizona that could possibly buy those legally, and the wholesale amounts you would need to synthesize some of those drugs. And it is the Insomnia and Sleep Institute of Phoenix. So if you were going to find out if anyone had gotten that stuff, it would be there. That'd be the only place to legally acquire it.
Insomnia what?
The Insomnia and Sleep Institute of Phoenix.
Are we adding that to the thing?
No, I don't. I'm gonna do that later. I don't have editing access on the Google document.
Insomnia what? Clinic?
Insomnia and Sleep Institute.
Insomnia and Sleep Institute. Okay. Okay.
All right. So do
So
we meet
while they're doing all this, this morning, the first thing I do in the morning is start sweeping each of the rooms and our rented vehicles with like an electromagnetic sniffer to paranoiacally make sure nobody's spying on us.
It doesn't appear that anyone's spying on you.
Yay.
Okay. So you got a couple leads: Hunter Mueller, and in the Insomnia and Sleep Institute, plus the
residences
house.
of the victims.
We should probably get the
what's
residences. Probably the residences, because they're the ones that are going to go bad. First, like people are going to clear out their stuff and like.
Or do you think Hunter Mueller? Do you think we want to get to Hunter Mueller before he goes squirrely?
I mean, how old is that message that we got? Like,
it was the day before Bray died, so it was Friday.
So Friday.
So it's about 4 days old.
4 days.
Yeah. So.
And it's, what is it now? So it's Tuesday now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, our tech team had a lot of access to Cogent's system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you, how much access do you have? Can you look in there and get more information on Hunter Mueller before we do?
Yeah, we need to figure out how we're going to approach him because we don't want to like.
You do see that he doesn't appear to be working today.
Yeah,
your Cogent access.
And what is his job there? What did he recently get promoted for?
Mm-hmm.
Who else has he betrayed?
He has not been recently promoted. He has been a moderator the entire time. He appears to have worked on the same floor where the Rutherford incident and Bray incident occurred, though.
Okay, so he could be. So, I mean, maybe we should pair off maybe Martinez and one other person go to the residences because Martinez can get into places.
You don't want to send the two people without badges.
Yeah,
ready to see the crime scene.
Yeah, weird.
It's okay. We listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
And then, other than Martinez, who has a badge, and I mean, you're not going to ask me to forge police credentials, are you?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I think Mace, you should be the person to talk to Hunter after, one of the tech expert goes with you to the Cogent. We figure out how to approach him, and then we can interview them at the same time, Martinez and someone else. Or
all right, no offense, Cassidy, but I want the guy with the punchy scars on his knuckles to come with me, please.
Okay. All right, then I can go with Martinez, and because we don't split, no one goes alone.
Mm-hmm.
So
fair enough.
All right.
So which residence are you going to? With Martinez and Cassidy, you have Gim's residence. You have Rutherford residence.
I want to investigate Hoffman first, because Hoffman, we know, had contact with Hippie Nose of some kind, or at least with the.
So you can go to Hoffman's apartment. All right.
Okay.
So you're going to Hoffman's apartment, and so are you guys going to Cogent to check more into Mueller, or are you going to his house?
By the way, Handler, I had another thing I wanted to do in the morning, since I figured a lot of the stuff we've been talking about probably took a few hours for all the hacking and whatnot, which is I wanted to get in touch with our case officer again, Atkinson.
Yeah.
And probably as text through some secure thingy, saying I've got a couple of logistical questions.
Hit me
to protect the operation. So basically, either by text or if she wants to talk it over by phone or whatever, I want to make sure
she wants to talk it over by text. It's moving a little too fast for her now to wait for in-person meetups every time.
All right. So what I'm after here is is a few things. First of all, I want to make sure that we have our operation backstopped at the FBI. That they set up, that we have some kind of an official investigation looking at a whistleblower tip of alleged fraud at Cogent, defrauding the federal government, bid rigging, cover-ups of employee crimes on the campus, mishandling cyber crimes, the whole 9 yards, so that when they and their politicians
she texts back that what she's done is made an undercover file for Insolent Impulse with you and these consultants using whatever fake venture capitalists that Topher said you were when you went in yesterday.
Right.
So if anybody checks in, it's going to see an official FBI undercover investigation. And when people ask what it's about, they're going to do what the FBI always does and says, "We do not comment on ongoing investigations." It's just a fucking empty folder in a computer with your name on it. But people, it'll show up on a budget. So it's
right. Well, speaking of budget, I also want to make certain that that my teammates here are on the payroll as consultants for this official FBI operation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
All right.
It's not great, but they will get paid because that makes the legend look better.
Right.
They're fine with that. Yeah. She also messages you. We couldn't find anything on those sigils, but we did find something on this Garden of Hypnos thing.
Oh yeah.
So she sends you a response from someone with a Vatican signature on their email. The Heavenly Garden of Hypnos is a heretical Catholic text. Turns out they were not really psyched about priests telling the peasants to suck it up and dream about it for God.
What God wants is for you to die in your sleep.
Yeah, bad PR, turns out.
Mm-hmm.
And that text is maintained by the Vatican so that they can intentionally try and take it down when they find it. The text is said to be housed, though, in Canada. It is in a Abbey of Notre Dame du Lac in Oka, Quebec.
Okay.
The Vatican person that DG seems to have on the inside seems convinced that if the text came and scan came from somewhere, it came from there.
What part of Quebec is that? How remote? I guess
the Mohawk Indian reservation land.
Like how remote is it? Right? Is it really in the hinterlands?
Not particularly. Oka's a pretty developed city. The Abbey appears to have a brewery of Trappists in it, so it is.
Woo!
Well, then I'm going to ask.
Campaign over. Let's go get smashed with the monks. Yeah.
Well. I mean, whoever does that can do that if they want. But no, I'm asking Atkinson. Is that being taken care of? Right? Do we have assets that can get in there and deal with this text, since it's clearly fucking people up now?
Some Navy SEAL is.
You have assets. You can get plane tickets. This is your responsibility.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Can do.
That's a future problem. Don't worry about that.
We'll put that on the calendar for it Thursday.
Levy's putting some monk in a sleeper hold. When you get to God, tell him Levy says hi.
So they give you that as well.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do in the morning before you head out on your investigative duties?
No, just to kind of round up the crew and get everybody on the same page before we split up. That a high priority has got to be getting into Cogent and removing all of these red chairs. So once we investigate the locals here, then I think one of our next jobs is, number one, see what kind of access we have to surveillance cameras in the building, and are there gaps? And assuming, if you have access to everything, every corner of the building, then we need to identify, if you can make out the resolution, where every one of these red chairs is, so that we can put together a plan to get in there pretending to be, janitors or something in the middle of the night and destroy them, replace them, remove them.
I mean, we're talking probably at least 50, maybe 100 or 200 chairs. Like, we need we need a truck, like a semi truck, to move them all out.
Mainly what we need to do is just sabotage the fuckers. I'd be happy to take a box cutter to every one of them, but we need to make sure that we need to make sure that we have that we have access, and that we can go in and screw with the security feed, so that
well, that may not be like,
you don't see it happening.
Chairs with a custom thing sewn into them are easy to replace. We still don't know the full structure of this thing. Like, there may be a bottleneck. Yeah.
See, my point, what I have in mind is, if that forces somebody there to suddenly place an order for 100 new crazy red chairs, then we can pay attention to that and follow that thread.
Okay.
Yeah.
On top of maybe saving some lives of these poor suckers.
You tech people have, checked out the cameras. Are they in color? Or are they black and white?
I would assume in color.
Yeah. They do not have the resolution capable of determining which chairs are which.
Which chairs? Okay.
If you get close enough, you can see the lining.
No, that's in that case. But what kind of coverage do you have? Right? Can you actually see where there are chairs in every part of the building? Or are there some parts of the building that you can't see?
It appears that you can see most places that have cameras, which is far from the entirety of the building. Most of it seems to be in places where you want to keep people working. They are noticeably absent from anyone moderating the people on the floor. But they don't have the resolution or the zoom capacity to see the beneath the fat little canvas and neoprene exterior. Yeah.
All right. So we have a blueprint of the building, right? Or do we need to get one?
Mm-hmm. No.
Okay.
It's not particularly secure. It's a big box where people look at misery.
Yeah. How hard is it to map out the blind spots on the cameras? Because there's not total coverage.
That would take some work and a skill of some sort to get it correct. But
which skill?
I would listen to proposals. Tradecraft would work.
That I got.
We're doing that. Yeah.
So if you guys want, I could do that.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing that now instead of going to talk to Mueller?
No, I'm going to talk to Mueller, but I'm also I'll make that like a background project.
All right, that's fair.
And with a 10, I succeed.
Yeah, so Levi, you have to drive because Mace has got a bunch of shitty hotel printout blueprints and is drawing, arrows and timestamps on them. Yeah.
Caught between my curiosity of what he's doing, not wanting to bother him, but also not knowing what the fuck we're doing. I'll probably be bothering him while we're driving out to Cogent.
Oh no, man, it's no bother. This is mostly just donkey work. I'm finding blind spots on the cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the boss wants the chairs wrecked, my thought is we dress up in janitorial garb
and do the wrecking somewhere dark,
somewhere that the cameras aren't looking.
Right. Okay.
My guess is it's only going to be the desk jockeys who've got these. I mean, the people who are in the position to assign budgetary line items for chairs and whatnot are not going to give themselves the devil's hot seat, right?
You'd not think so.
Who knows? I mean, we don't know who actually supplied these things.
Once we're in there, what are we? Are you just bracing the guy?
That's a good question. How do you think we should
provide some help? I mean, most of the computer stuff I can do from wherever. I assume you want some face-to-face time with the dude.
Well, what I'm worried about, the reason I wanted you in particular to come with me, you're like some kind of macho James Bond by way of Clint Eastwood type, right? Who can punch people into submission or shoot them and whatnot.
Okay.
Because I'm not that.
I wasn't sure about all that first stuff, but I can definitely punch and shoot people. Yeah, like.
Okay, great.
The best way to not get hurt is to hurt the other guy.
I don't agree, but we're going to put a pin through that because I want to have that as a fallback position. I mean, the classic would be good cop, bad cop, where you stand there and glower at him and say, listen, man, we know you were involved with Bray's death. We have documents attaching you to her and to and to Rutherford. Whereas I'm like, man, come on now. I'm just a helpful, friendly cop who's helping you clear up a big misunderstanding. But I can only do that if you talk to me. So, the usual.
So are you guys going directly to his house? Or are you going over to Cogent? Because he's at home. He's not at Cogent. He's not working today.
We're going to his house.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I misunderstood.
And,
all right. Yeah, you guys will get there very soon. Hoffman's actually closer. So Martinez and Sturgeon get there. It is a dingy duplex courtyard apartment. Single unit.
I'm going to duck out while you deal with those two.
Yep.
I should be back.
Cool. And it is you get there. You can know the apartment from his employee records, and he has been reported as dead of natural causes. But regardless, so it's pretty easy from the very non-interested super to get a key with an FBI badge. To just a guy who died of natural causes. So they hand it over and you have access.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask the super, did he have any, he lived alone, right? Did he have anybody coming and going in the last few months? How long has he been here? What can you tell us about it?
He kept to himself quite a bit. Didn't have any family that I knew of. He was just kind of a lonely old man. I always thought he had a dog in there. Never saw it though. He didn't pay his pet deposit, so. But yeah, he didn't get out very much.
Did the dog bark a lot?
I thought he did. I heard barking. I don't know. You tell me if there's a dog in there.
Well, if there's a dog in there now, it's well,
it's gonna be in trouble.
Nobody.
Shit, I gotta clean that up. God damn it!
We'll take a look. Do you ever have any unusual repair issues requests?
No, he's a pretty handy guy.
All right. Yeah. All right.
No noise complaints from his neighbors, aside from the dog.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Sad to see him go. Paid rent on time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you for your help.
Yeah. Take that dog with you. Yeah, he really doesn't want to clean up a dead dog. All right, who's going in?
I think let's both strap in the evidence gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're getting ready and kind of looking around the outside, I want to do a sort of a 360 of the place first and get a sense of the neighbors too, whatever we can see, since it's a duplex. But I'll kind of check on Sturgeon as we're going, paying attention, and just say, how are you holding up now that this thing's gotten weird on us?
Fine. I mean, not fine, but like, it's been worse, so whatever. Like, you can't let these things just fester, because that's how you get buildings.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you something?
What?
What's most likely to really hit you hard and send you too far if we run across it. Do you have any trigger points?
Yeah, I don't like fire because I was in a burning building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's look this place over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let the guy with the gun go in first.
Yeah, I mean,
thank God he gets the smell first. Yeah, roll sand.
I forgot we're using real live dice here.
Unless you're adapted to violence. Yeah.
I'm not, and I failed.
It's just one. It's just a dead Pekingese.
Okay. Succeeded.
Scratching at a food door that never opened when Hoffman never came back.
So I'll kind of. You said there's a smell. Just dog pooping smell.
Yeah, it smells like a dog who died of starvation.
Okay, all right.
About 6 or 7 days ago. Yeah.
All right. So I'll sort of shake my head and step outside again, and belatedly think to, crack open a container of this really, really smelly, nose protective goop that you can put under your nostrils to try to filter out or obscure the worst of the smell, the kind of stuff you have to use in morgues, and offer a dip to Cassidy, and then take a breath and head back in. Start looking around.
Put a mask on, and
Yeah. Same here.
And
we want to know
devices.
What is it? Yes, family connections.
You search around. It's such a small place. It's not very hard to search. He had maybe 2 outfits for the weekend. Just everything else is work clothes. The dog's vet bills are all over the kitchen table, and are pretty expensive. It was apparently not the healthiest dog. You suddenly are drawn back to the Mabane Ikhua transcript where the person being tortured lamented that the man lived to serve a dog. Financially, that seems to be true, whereas other than rent, the majority of his expenses were on keeping the dog alive. He lived a pretty sad life. The strangest thing is a tripod and a pretty new camera set up in one of the smallest, wood grainiest kitchen alcoves you've ever seen in an apartment, connected to a small laptop that is also alarmingly new for both the person who owned this apartment and the general attitude they seem to have had both living here and in the basement of Cogent. Yeah.
Taking that. That's evidence. That's what that is. No one else needs to see what's on here. Yeah.
How has no one taken that yet?
No one's been in here.
Yeah.
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 So he has no relatives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no
And
sign.
the cops.
Anything else to do with files? With contacts. Anything at all like that? Who he's been?
He appears to have kept all that stuff at work. He's got a Bible. He's appears to do whittling in his off hours. He seemed to have been pretty talented. He's got a little woodworking station in front of the TV. There's little slivers of cedar, like stuck in the nasty shag carpeting. But no, he lived a pretty sad life of a guy who should have stopped working a while ago, but didn't.
What did he whittle?
Could be stuff on the computer, but
yeah. Did the whittle what did he whittle? Like, are there any like discernible figures or anything in that like that?
Yeah, actually, roll sand.
Awesome. 33. I'm fine. I'm really fine.
This is more than your basic Venus to Willendorf, huh?
Yeah.
So, you see, like, the pieces are kind of huddled together because they're literally just in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got these sort of tubular, like they look sort of amateurish, except that he sanded them so well. These sort of tubular stalks on bases, and you realize that they actually kind of connect. And you make this weird little cityscape out of wood with these weird kind of like flutes, making a sort of landscape horizon out of wood. Like coral if it was a city that he carved.
Oh.
And the one appears he appears to be working on one, and he appears to have gotten out of a block of wood the beginning of a shaved head and like the start of an eye before he gave up on it.
Or he was just undone. Wasn't finished yet.
You remember that the transcript from track 1 came from within the Ib flute in the lost city of Sarnath.
Okay. I will take photos of these. Do you think we should take it?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sifting through the Bible while Cassidy's looking at these distressing sculptures.
Yeah. I actually look at the camera, turn it on, and see what's on the memory card. Yeah.
The memory card appears to be footage of Wes Hoffman cooking meals for a YouTube channel. He is showing everyone the correct way to make a grilled cheese, the correct way to make a bowl of cereal, and doing a general cooking YouTube show, it appears, by the intros that he does multiple times.
So does he have? Did he actually have that YouTube channel, and what else is there?
That would probably be on the laptop that is connected to. So you can open that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'll do
so
that. I mean, again, I'm checking the Bible to see if he's got any patterns of things circled or crazy writings or redactions or anything that would be meaningful. But if that divulges nothing, then I'll move on.
He looked to be a bit of a promise keeper by the highlights. You had to imagine this was a family man who didn't manage to stick the landing and had to make a second life that was decidedly more sad. But it doesn't seem anything. He wasn't Catholic even. If you were looking for anything with Hypnos. The laptop was obviously set up by a person younger than Wes Hoffman. It is extremely clean. There is a link to email. There is a link to Chrome. There is a background that he apparently did not know how to change. That is just the text font. Do not click pop-ups. There is a simple video editing software. And then there is like one link on the Safari to the YouTube page for Wes Cooks, which he did upload his cooking videos to in one single take because he didn't know how to use the editing software, which is why there are so many separate video files on the camera.
Okay.
Did he upload anything that wasn't cooking instructions?
With your computer science,
Yeah.
and all 14 of his subscribers, many of who seem bots, you do notice that the only consistent comment is from a briar patch that says "good job."
Okay. Look at that account.
Yeah, follow that shit.
Briar Patch 420 has no identifying information. Appears to go to just another random Gmail address that is just a string of numbers. Appears to be another.
Can you see what videos he watched or what ones he was liking or was?
Yeah. What activity on YouTube?
He would watch. There appears to be a period about 2 years ago where he watched other cooking videos, to get the hang of it. And then he uploaded them and watched almost nothing.
Well, I'm talking about Briar Patch, not Wes.
Oh, what has Briar Patch watched?
Yeah.
On their page, there's a lot of liked videos about sleep science.
Weird. Okay. There's no other activity. They don't upload anything. They don't comment anywhere.
No.
Okay.
When was the last comment that Briarpatch 420 left on one of Wes's things, or anyone's thing?
It was probably about 2 months ago.
Right. Yeah, I think we definitely need to pay a visit to that sleep institute.
I'm gonna look at Google Maps, like that address. Does it look like an actual place where there would be sleep studies, or is it like a residential neighborhood?
It's a pretty nice area of Phoenix. Yeah, it's a medical practice. There are multiple sleep scientists.
So it's like an office
operating
building.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just some dude.
It's a specialty that's the thing. That is the only place where you can go for a sleep study and also be prescribed drugs. Everybody else is going to be either doing off over the counter shit because they are your PCP and you're having insomnia problems, or they have an individual practice where they're not going to be synthesizing artificial pineal gland hormones. This is the only place where they would have that level of equipment and expertise in the city.
Okay.
So I guess the only other thing I want to do after searching the place and making sure he doesn't have any secret crazy hiding places is check with his neighbors, the other half of this duplex.
Checking the walls for hidden phones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you roll on the canvas? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what does it take? I mean, first I'm just going to knock on the door, right? He shares that house.
You got to persuade people to talk to a cop. I mean, that persuade seems like it would work. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you?
You got the.
Could you spare a few minutes that I can ask you about your neighbor?
I'll be looking at scrutinizing them with humid.
Yeah. That's a 30 out of 60. Succeeds.
Yeah, there's a woman with entirely too many kids in that small of an apartment, who is very eager to come at you with the toddler in her arms to get away from the screaming. With at great length explains everything they can remember about the person in Wes Hoffman's apartment, which is almost nothing, not even their name. They did say that they do mention that there was a bigger woman came by, real large, little short little girl, dark hair. She used to come by pretty often. I thought she was his daughter, but I said something one time. He said she wasn't. He said she was just trying to work. But I ain't seen her in a while.
About how long do you think?
Oh, a couple months at least.
You never heard a name?
No. People keep themselves around here.
Sure. Do you see what kind of car she was in?
God damn it, Billy! Put that down. Yeah, she's screaming. I'm sorry. There's ran back.
Oh, hey, it's okay.
Do we have a picture of Ashley Bree? Would she match that description?
Oh no, she was rather petite.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever see what kind of car this woman drove up in?
No, I ain't much for cars.
Yeah. How'd she dress?
Oh, she lot of big hoodie. I think she had sweatpants on. I mean, she wasn't going to the club or anything.
Yeah.
If I remember.
White woman, dark hair.
Yeah.
Could have been Hoffman's daughter, except she wasn't.
She looked kind of lumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did she wear glasses?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I ain't get a good look at her face.
Long hair or no? You said short hair. All right.
Yeah.
Good enough. Thank you very much for your time and good luck in there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
You get to Mueller's actual duplex. It's not a dual apartment. It is one side of a shared driveway duplex experience, number 444. What are you guys doing?
So
Team
as
Mueller?
Mace is paging through a like a 3-ring binder full of those card sleeves with different business cards in it. He's like, I'm thinking private investigator. Our approach is we've been hired by Cogent to sort some things out. And you just look mysterious and threatening, and we'll do the same good cop, bad cop thing, but we won't have to badge him. Cool?
Yeah. I mean, if he'll open the door for that, that's less risky, probably.
All right. He'll open the door. Why would he not? Not doing it just makes him look guilty.
That's true.
All right, give me a sec. Gonna get into character. Me. All right. Knocks on the door.
Hold on. A younger guy, blonde hair, about 27, comes to the door. He's wearing an outfit like he was getting ready to go jog. Hello?
Hello, are you Hunter Mueller?
To whom am I speaking?
Hi, my name's Bill Holly. Holly Investigations. Hand him the card.
Yes, how can I help you?
May I come in? My associate and I have a matter of some importance to discuss with you.
Is everything okay? I was just going to go to the gym, and I was kind of on my way, and...
Our question for you is whether everything is okay. I'm afraid this is a serious matter you're really going to want to discuss.
Yeah. Come on in.
So I'll look around. I'm going to try and do a human cold read on the situation I'm seeing here.
Okay.
And that is an 11, a critical human cold read success.
Oh, he is not excited at all to see you. Yeah. He really doesn't want anyone with investigation in their job title in or around his house for some reason.
Can I see, is there like an epicenter of his nervousness?
No, he just seems generally displeased to see anyone asking him questions. You look around, it looks like a 27-year-old gamer guy's apartment duplex. He appears to make more money than your average whoever was living in the basement when you saw Wes Hoffman, but he's just a single dude, dishes piled up, gamer chair in front of a 77-inch LCD,
right.
And milk crate furniture, like everywhere else, mattress and box springs without a bed on a floor in the single bedroom. It doesn't look illegal, but he does not want you there. And also, you've seen the house except for the bathroom. It's not a particularly large place.
So, but you said he seemed prosperous?
He seems more prosperous than Hoffman was. Yeah.
It's a pretty low bar to serve that.
Pretty low bar, but yeah.
Okay.
He has enough to buy the latest video games, but it doesn't appear to be spending on much else.
All right.
Well, wherever the two of them settle to talk, Levi is going to lean on a wall so that he's just barely in the peripheral vision of this guy if he's talking to Mace.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm here on behalf of some interested parties who are concerned with Cogent Enterprises. Your employer, right?
Oh yeah, but I signed an NDA. I can't talk about anything I do for that. It's for the clients because we moderate a lot of content. I'm
not going to ask you anything about business behavior or client privacy matters. This is more an issue of interpersonal employee relations that are not governed by the NDA. How well did you know the unfortunate Derek Rutherford, or were you in Young Soo Jim's division?
Yeah, I didn't really know him. He was from the Korean office. I don't know much about it. It was very sad. I really got to go to the gym,
Right.
man. I just get the one day off a week. I'm working doubles recently, so I really got. Yeah, he doesn't like this conversation at all. And he's not very good at lying.
I'm gonna lean in, and I'm like, this may be more important than going to the gym. I think this situation is worth skipping a leg day for. How well did you know Ashley Bray, Mr. Mueller?
Oh God, look, okay. If she sent you, I'm doing it. I swear to God, I'm doing it. I worked 80 hours last week, okay? I'm on board. I'm doing it now. Don't do anything more. I believe her, okay?
I'm just gonna be silent until he freaks out and says something.
What does she want from me, okay? I'm doing everything. I did all of her MSIs up because she didn't know what she was fucking doing. I got her account logged in. She's getting her fucking hours. I'm doing it now, all right?
You seem unaware that Miss Bray has been murdered. I'm pushing him hard with that one.
He looks at you. He's like, "Of course I'm aware. I know she can do it. I know now. All right, I'm on board."
What exactly is she having you do, Hunter? May I call you Hunter?
Fuck. Yeah. So we'll cut from there.
Yeah, Levi's surveying the knife situation in the kitchen now.
What are you doing, Martinez and Sturgeon?
Well, we took the whittlings and the laptop and the camera. I will double check the laptop and camera later. I don't think it's a high priority. Maybe we should go to another residence. Like, what's the next closest one?
That would be the apartment of Young Soo Kim, the manager shot by Rutherford.
If it's near, then yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We can try that. He was. I mean, we've got him. We've got the Rutherfords, right? They live together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So yeah.
Well, the other one would be Ashley, right? Like, I mean, she's farther away.
Ashley Bray.
Yeah.
But whoever's closest.
Okay.
Gim is closest. So you arrive there. It's actually a pretty nice neighborhood. A pretty large apartment building, but with apartments larger than 3 of the ones you were just in put together. Cogent appears to have put Young Soon up pretty nice. It is an active crime scene. They have already brought in people from Phoenix PD have looked at it. But again, FBI badge and minimum wage property manager is pretty much a recipe for a key. It is not worth anything more than that, especially in 2021. So a person working the front desk gives you the key and it lets you go at it, just assumes that it's all official. So
yeah, give them the usual rundown of what did you know about him, what was he like, that kind of thing.
He was a temporary placement. They brought him in roughly after lockdown ended to he said he was helping reopen the office. And that's all I know. He kept to himself. Apparently he had a family, so he was just kind of here temporarily. This is just where he holed up while he was over here on business.
Yeah. All right. Great. Thanks. So once he's away and we're heading to the apartment, I'll tell Sturgeon I don't I don't expect we're going to find anything useful here. This guy seemed like collateral damage to me. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, but we don't know. And if there's a device, we might as well take it so I can check it.
Yeah.
And the device might have active logins or something.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go in.
All right. It is a pristinely clean apartment, high modernist, a lot of white. There are pictures carefully arrayed of Young Soo Kim and his family. Real South Korean glamour shot stuff with hyper pose, like the Christmas card stuff, in newly purchased frames next to his bed. A lot of suits in the wardrobe. Very well accoutrement bathroom. Seems like a apartment of a young professional. You do see a laptop, which could use some SIGINT or Comp Sci to get on. And then you could do a more thorough search of the place if you want to roll search.
65 out of 80.
I will be doing a more thorough search while Cassidy is inspecting the laptop.
Yep. I get in. I make it.
You got to say it right. I'm in.
I'm in.
Yes, as is proper.
Wait, hold on. Let me switch to hacking background.
There, that is your cyberspace, is what that is.
Yeah. Wait, there's also this. I don't know which one is more.
I like the other one way better.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
makes
you
me
access his work email account. Yeah, you're in. You're going to have to read through that for a bit to get a picture of what's going on. What was your search roll, Martinez?
Let's find out. It was a 71 over, I think, 60 is what I had in that. So, no, a lowly 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty pristine apartment.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
What you do see is, as you're reading, it appears some of it has to be translated from the Korean office, but you're a hacker, you can run that through an autocomplete and get a basic idea of an auto translate. It appears Gim was brought over because the MSI had gone down drastically while workers had been working at home during the lockdown, meaning that Cogent was processing less content for Facebook and that Facebook was paying them less money, which was also something Facebook was very keen to do during their investigation periods, as they had things to worry about elsewhere. Gim came in because he had developed in the South Korean area a brand new algorithm that was taking the tech world by storm called the casualty quotient, meaning the acceptable number of stress casualties that could be given to moderators that with minimum mental health practices could be processed and still keep profitable. Basically, how hard can you ride them before they go insane? What's the acceptable number of people gone mad from watching animal cruelty videos and snuff films on the internet before profits begin to dip? And watch me 50-50 grind that line. They brought Gim in as their killer, and he appears to have done quite a cleanup to get everybody back in the office. It appears that he has removed anyone that didn't come back into the office by enhancing the number of quota required to remain full-time, as it is still a piecemeal work, and denying full-time benefits to anyone still working remotely to bring them back into the office. This all appears to have been his idea. He had some pushback from middle managers when he first arrived. His email accounts indicates that he had Cogent pretty much fire all of them, and then he started hiring his own, one of whom appears to be a very chatty Casey Rutherford, who is really quite forward in her emails for a middle manager subordinate, if you had to say so yourself. But she appears to have helped him swing the axe and get everybody back on the floor.
How many? So well, first of all, as Cassidy's like sort of narrating all this as she finds it, there's a there's a really grim part of Martinez that I think he's going to. You know what? He won't keep it to himself because he'll sort of mutter it without even thinking that talking about that casualty quotient and keeping track of just how crazy you can make people before they break. There's a really grim part of him that says, that's something Delta Green would probably love to have.
They do. Their number is just way higher. Yeah.
What?
We'll
how
accept
many,
99.
how many?
No higher. Not 1% higher.
How many middle managers did he have fired?
He had only about 2 or 3 made waves. All male, so not fitting your current profile. He did, however, have about over 5,000 people stricken from full-time benefits.
Over 5,000. Good
Yeah.
God.
Remember, Cogent has 10,000 people in the building at a time. They employ about 50.
Can you get the data on those 5,000 so we can start narrowing them down by demographics, age, work history, that kind of thing?
Yeah, you can do that. She can do that. You also see a giant pile of mail on his
how many of them actually needed the work? How many were just doing it because they loved the game?
Yeah. They were going to go up to the big leagues of content moderating.
Yeah, I'll move on from my not great search and sift his mail. He's finishing her work.
He is a South Korean citizen who appears to have every citizen to have gone back, intention to go back. But noticeably, amongst all the junk mail and takeout, there is a single handwritten note with his name on it that is still unopened. It appears it went into the pile with all of the coupons and magazine adverts he was ignoring because he didn't expect to get a mail. So there's an unopened envelope with a handwritten name, his name on it. Yeah.
Did it actually go through the mail? Is it got a stamp?
Oh, it does not have a stamp. It appears to
it's
have been dropped
hand-delivered.
off.
Okay.
All right, but so was there anything written on the outside of the envelope?
Yeah, just his name.
Okay, so I want to take a photo of that for the handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna, again, gloves. Put it in my pocket. Or you know what? No, I'm not going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to get out because I'm an FBI guy and I carry around evidence kit. I'm going to get out a like a baggie to put that bastard in and take it out with, so we can inspect it.
Mm-hmm. So you put it in the bag until you can get some more forensic ways to open it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the correct way we should be spelling Young Soo Gim's name?
It is YUNG-SOGIM.
Young Soo.
Okay. Thank you.
I guess I'll just
meanwhile,
I'll just make a copy of his email, and basically it's a email file, so I can access them offline on my computer.
It's pretty easy to do. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. When we go back, how are you dealing with Mueller, who is not too happy about what he has revealed to you as he sits forlorn in his very expensive gamer chair?
Mueller, do you feel like you're in over your head?
I couldn't have known what was going to happen, okay?
Let's take a moment. You can take a deep breath for me, Mueller. I want to go over it from the beginning to the end. I want to get clarity on this, and I hope that in the process I can bring you to some clarity on this too, okay? I'm not your enemy. I want to help you get out of a situation that I don't think you want to be in. Am I wrong about that?
Look, it's Brianna, okay? I don't know how she did it, but Brianna Breyer. She used to work on the floor. Ugly fat bitch. I hated her ass, but she just stuck around, and she got real bitchy once we went part-time, and it was a big thing. And then I got that weird fucking recording. I didn't even know it was from her, okay? I didn't even know who it was from. I didn't even know how she did it, and I thought, this is bullshit, and I didn't do anything. But then I hear about Ashley, and
what was the recording? Slow down. What was the recording?
He pulls out his phone and plays it.
And it's, which one is it?
Well, that's the weird thing. It's the distorted version.
Of which one?
You can't quite tell, but as he's listening to it, he's like, I don't know how, I don't even fucking knows where I live. I don't know how he fucking knows all that shit. And, I never understood it. And like, he can't know that shit about Ashley. And also she deserved it. She was really doing that. I just, held it along, but he can't know of that. He's commenting on it like he can hear it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you say
So,
you helped
Brianna-
Ashley along, what specifically did you help Ashley do?
Look, Gim was cleaning house when we came back from lockdown, all right?
Right.
And he was promoting people, and I wanted to show that I was capable of, making managerial decisions. So Bray, she was lagging in her MSI numbers, and they were down. And I know why she was doing it is because she was letting her bias get into the moderation. You can't do that. And so I showed Gim that.
What bias? What bias is this?
Look, man, it's the MSI. Like, some stuff performs better on the algorithm than others, and you got to promote the stuff that works better.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the fucking not fucking Anifa shit, and she maybe had a lot of content flags that went through leftist stuff where she wasn't meeting her ban quota as much as she should have. And I maybe helped that along a little bit with her password.
So Ashley,
and then I showed that to Gim because she was sucking up. She was going to take my fucking job. But then he gave it to that bitch Rutherford.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Rutherford. And so, yeah, and then Rutherford's the one who kills him. Crazy, am I right?
Yeah, but like I didn't think I thought the message was bullshit. She was trolling me. But then this shit happens, and she says she messages me back, and she lets me know that I was next, and that Bray was coming for me because she fucking told on her. And I
all right. Let me see the message.
She was coming for me, man.
Yeah. Ashley was coming for you, or Brianna was coming for you? Brianna was coming.
She fucking told on me to Bray, and Bray was coming for me. I just know it.
Well, Bray's not coming for you anymore.
But Breyer can't know that shit, but she does. I don't even know where the fucking video came from. Who this guy is?
I'm gonna try and calm him down and be a reassuring presence and say, why don't you show me this video you
showing you the video, the wave file that she sent him.
Oh, okay. So it's just Aubergine.
Yeah, it does have a video element to it, a single image.
Who is on Aubergine the image?
It appears to be a login account and password for a Cogent moderation account. And it says, "Keep my hours up or I tell."
Okay. Who is the login and password from? Is it his?
It is from Brianna Breyer.
Okay. Brianna Breyer.
Yep.
So have we heard about her before?
No, this is new.
She's the answer to all our prayers.
Seemed
Yep.
like
It sounds like she's the woman who was at Hoffman's apartment, and she may be our mystery seamstress.
Mhm.
Yeah, Briar Patch. Which would also make her hippie nose, I believe.
Briar Pat. Okay. That penny just dropped. Nice, Caleb. Is she on the Discord? You know, sleepy time.
Oh yeah, I was just on there to watch those people bitch. You know, it's not that hard. You just watch TV all day. It's not that hard of a job. They take it all personal.
Well, I mean, it's not just watching TV all day, though. You see people who are real people really suffer, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess. But like, you ban that stuff.
Do I need to roll anything to read if this guy is a genuine disconnected psychopath who has no empathy over the stuff he's seeing?
I mean, without a roll, I'll tell you, you'll know him out as much as anybody else. He could just be a capitalist. He could just be stupid. He could be evil. All you know is what he did do is he got a woman fired, or didn't really try and get fired. He just tried to tank her application for a job, then didn't get that job. Then no one knew about it except him, except somehow Brianna Breyer, while not working in the office because she's remote, figured out what he did, tried to blackmail him about it. He didn't take the bait, and then whoever that was sent it to Bray.
Okay. And Bray died. Do you know
going to the office on the floor that Hunter Mueller worked in?
Were you working when Bray showed up?
I didn't see anything. I just heard the shot.
Uh-huh. So
I got to the lobby. There's that fat guy, Bill. He was there. He was talking to some other filigree people. They had the elevator shut down, and they said there was a car backfire, and they knew everyone was scared because of the recent shooting, but to calm down, and that it was fine.
Bill who?
Bill Tiller. He was one of those new hires for filigree.
Huh?
He liked the Suns, so we talked when I pulled in the parking lot every day.
Who doesn't
Bill
like
Tiller?
the Suns?
Okay.
And was that out of character? What did you say was Bill Tiller's role in this?
He's the new filigree guy.
He looked real shook up. The other guys were like talking to him. He didn't have his gun. I remember that. But the elevator was shut down, and I knew then. And then she messaged me.
Which she? Briar or Ashley?
I think it was Briar. I don't know.
Say?
It was by the elementary school.
That's where you were when she messaged you?
It wasn't her. It was a little boy.
You're not making a lot of sense here, man.
It didn't make sense. He ran up to the fence as I was jogging, and he slipped a note through the chain link, and he said, "Tell him to make the nightmare stop." And all it said was the username and password, and do it or I do it again. The kid was in fucking kindergarten. He barely fucking spell. It was written in goddamn crayon. How did he?
You seem to be in a real situation here, my man.
What are you gonna do about it? You guys are cops, right? You're gonna?
No, we're not cops. Do you have a business card I can have?
This is all just
Yeah.
a crazy ass recruiting pass.
Jesus.
Yeah, he gives you a card.
Okay. Keep your phone on and charged. You're clearly in danger, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. You may want to change up your habits and behavior to not go places where you predictably go. If Bray was coming to the office to put a bullet in your brain, it was at the direction of this Briar woman, right? That's your theory?
Yeah, it seems so. I've been doing all her mods.
Okay.
She was really behind in her numbers, but
so you've
first
been
day off I've
making
had in 2
her
weeks.
you've been making her look good. You've been doing her job in addition to you, basically.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for putting her on our radar. It's possible. I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's possible we might be able to make her not be blackmailing you any longer. You know?
That would be
So,
good. Do you want the
yeah.
note?
Yeah.
He gives you a note.
You got a little baggie or something?
Sure.
Yeah, put it in that.
It
I
is
don't want it.
literally the same image, sort of hieroglyphically scrawled onto a piece of paper. Like every letter doesn't appear to be like, I know what this letter means. It appears to be, this is the shape, in this order. And it is just a username and password for Brianna Breyer's Cogent Engineering moderation account, which you now have access to because she wanted him to have access to it. But he gives it to you. He's very eager for you to help him. He's very scared by what is going on.
You've got my card. If anything happens, you call that number, okay? And
Okay.
you keep your phone on so that I can reach you if I need to warn you or tell you anything relevant. All right? Hang in there.
You heard it, right? You've heard it too? Thing she sent me?
Yeah.
You can hear it normally. We have to hear it like artificially, which is very strange for us.
What?
Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. And with that,
My dad read me those books. She shouldn't know about that.
which books were these?
The sailor, the guy on the sea. I've seen him before. I see him all the time.
Uh-huh.
It's just it doesn't, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you have any vacation or sick days you can take, and anywhere you can go that is not immediately obvious to people who would know you, now might be a good time to get away from things, kind of self-care, maybe get your head a little straight, make sure you're getting enough sleep, but not too much sleep, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Hang in there.
And we can take a quick break there while the team regroups.
All right.
Baz, do you want to play Aubergine for the folks?
I do, in fact, want to play that.
You understand the terms? Foolish Outlander, I've traded worse with far worse than thee. It is your fleeting time here that's being wasted, not mine. Indeed, I've told you of the mistress that rides our flesh. Who haunts your dream? By his own admission, a man of no account. As we said, you must be specific. He is called Hunter, but he is no such thing. His father is a mueller, who would be shamed to see his live. What is his trade? What does he do? It was truth you paid for, not fiction. And so you must know he does little. He watches others for coin. A soft-skulled fool planted at crossroads to bear witness and no other burden. He may occupy my dreams, but he does so like a squatter. I am one of the most powerful traders in the East. I live my dreams on the way. This hunter is the fear of peasant indolence that stalks me. He sickens me as I nourish him.
Where does he live, this fear?
Land known as Arizona. The city of Phoenix. It melts around him, but even this does not stir him from his torpor.
Where specifically? Please hurry.
Something called the Dollar's Court. His hovel is thrice cursed with death. The fool loves it for no other reason than it's easy for the pan of his feeble mind to hold.
Why does he disgust you so?
Because he was bested by a maid. To dream is still freedom. In my slumber, I should be able to fly over the forbidden lands unchained as chaos itself. To delve the surrounding sea is a great ship-breaking whale. Instead of seeing the wonders of Hypnos, I'm stuck with him. A boy outpaced for promotion by a mother. Ashley Bray. A man so weak and wanton as to be insulted by his own inadequacy.
What did he do?
He lied. Dragged dirt on her name to please his masters. Had her castle out into the burning waste surrounded the nightmare in which he simmers. All for naught. For nothing. Her children suffer and he cares not. As if he was chosen as God's instrument.
Why does he not loathe himself as you do?
Because he's only that which he chases. He sees my nobility and imagines it as his own. He knows not himself because he seeks only to become me, as I seek only to flee his common base.
We're back.
We're back. Okay. Ooh.
That's my take on the chair symbol.
What if
Pretty
it's on your
close.
chair? God, that would suck to sew. Sure, I've been really busy. Anyway, what are you guys doing? You've talked to Mueller. You've examined Gibbons' apartment and Hoffman's apartment.
On the drive back, I'm gonna like soundboard off of Levi. I'm like, what'd you make of that?
My God, I don't know. I mean, okay, how much do you... Levi finds himself asking a very weird question to ask. How much really weird shit have you seen? Like, I realize we haven't really talked about that, but...
One time when I was 17, I was out with some buddies, kind of out away from the city, drinking a few beers, but not too many because we'd been able to 6-pack. We were sitting up looking at the stars. It was a really clear night, and suddenly this light just woof, and then it stopped, and then whoom, back the way it came. Just stopped on a dime, whoom, forward and back. Just, we all saw it. So I have an open mind.
I got shot by someone who could walk through walls.
What?
And like just dead, no affect to it at all, like just matter of fact, that is what happened.
Okay, yeah, I saw the bullet holes, and when you were wearing the short sleeve shirt, and I didn't want to bring it up because that seems like it could be a very touchy subject. But the guy,
stretches, it doesn't hurt every day.
Man, that sucks. That's a giant pile of suck.
But point is, there's stuff that doesn't make sense, and like it makes fine sense to me if you can't do that with your brain. Like if you're not, if you can't acknowledge that, that's normal.
Okay.
But this guy, Cavis, he went too far in too short of a time. He couldn't have gotten to where he got to. And
that's the dude who shot you?
He walked right through, just right through the fucking walls. And I got shot, and the building burned. And what I'm saying is that this Brianna Breyer, is giving me the same vibes. She shouldn't be able to do the things that she does. I don't even know what they
Yeah,
are
a lot
yet,
of this,
but it's
a lot of this doesn't
a
hang
single.
together.
It's a
but-
Sixth Sense kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe this is all something that we can explain with computers, but let me tell you, man, I'm the guy for computers, and this doesn't make a fucking bit of sense to me.
I have been trying to keep up with the timeline, and it does seem that things are known to have happened before they have happened, which does a number on my head.
I mean, if you want to Arthur C. Clarke it or whatever and say that like it's technology that's just so crazy that it's like magic, maybe
Is
that'll
that a
help
venture
you.
capitalist?
But yeah, sure. Anyway, I just want you to know that like my perspective might not be one that's super accessible.
Okay.
But
that's
we need to
the-
find out everything we can about Brianna Breyer, and
right.
I'm just warning you, what we're going to find out is probably going to be really, really fucked.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate the warning. I think it's important to have a team so that you get different perspectives, because what one person sees, another can miss, and vice versa. I'm going to look out for you. You're going to look out for me.
Sure.
Yeah. And if I see anyone walking the wall, I will just like a little rabbit.
All right, it's
I should've
late
done.
afternoon, early evening. What are you guys? Are you guys meeting back up? What are you doing?
Back up. We're like, hey, boss, you want to know who Briar Patch is?
Yeah, I suppose I do.
Come on, man, give me something.
Come on. All right.
You could look pleased that me and Levi here busted your case wide open for you. So her name is Brianna Breyer with a Y. And here is, because I'm looking out for your interests, boss, her login and password.
We'll rattle off a physical description and stuff too, just because that'll probably twig them to something.
Yeah, does that, and then what does that? Yeah, what I'm sure Cassie was. Go
She
ahead.
is a larger, middle-aged white woman with black hair, according to her profile.
So she visited Wes. So
her numbers were way down until a few days ago, in which there was a sharp uptick in her number of work done by Hunter Mueller. You guys could roll SIGINT and scroll through the account history of Moderation.
Sure, let's do it.
Yep.
Other people could try and look up information that would be found in governmental systems, so like home address, social security number, background checks.
I'll do
Would that
that.
be accounting or bureaucracy?
I would give you something for either. Yeah.
I'll do bureaucracy. You do accounting.
I'm good at accounting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do SIGINT, and I do succeed on that part.
That's an 09 on accounting.
Wow.
And I throw bureaucracy at it with a 38 out of 50.
Nice. All right. So with SIGINT, you look, she was not a very popular employee because she tried to do her job. There are a number of reprimands in the email inbox from her employers, even before GIM, arguing about her going outside of the system and reporting things she had seen on her Facebook moderation. There are a number of times that she has reported violence against children, violence against animals to local police departments. That is against Cogent regulations, as it is merely there to moderate the content and not enforce the law. So she got into a number of impasses with her bosses early on in her 11-year tenure at the company. That slowly died down over the years. You sift through it. There's quite a long email exchange with GIM that he had deleted from his machine, in which he was very angry about what was happening to the now made part-time employees and their various. Ashley Bray is mentioned by name as losing health coverage.
She was really mad at Jim or GIM.
At GIM, yes. Ashley Bray is mentioned by name in those documents regarding the loss of her health coverage and that thing that happened with her daughter, which is all that is referred in the emails. GIM appears to have been completely dismissal and had threatened her employee's status as even a part-timer, at which point she no longer responded via email. The last thing you notice is that in the 11-year profile, at least once a day for probably 7 years, there is a single moderated video that has been played on Brianna Breyer's account.
Oh,
And what video is that?
Before that happens, I want to. Okay, so who's looking at the information when they say, and there's this single moderated video that she watched every single day? Like, who says that among our team?
Levi. Yeah.
that would be something that I found. Yeah.
Okay, and
I'll mention it.
yeah, if Mace and Mace says what? Give us details here, Greg.
Says what about what?
This video that Holtz
They
just.
haven't watched it yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is I want to hear how Mace reacts to that, because Greg had an instinctive reaction.
Oh, was just, I'm like, if she's watching it over and over, we should see what that is. Is it something that was marked down as this is not okay for Facebook?
It appears to have been marked down on a daily basis for about 7 years, and then done the Cogent Engineering the Cogent Engineering equivalent of C-Bug won't fix, but for human behavior.
If they go to watch it, I'm going to step on the other side of the screen and like catch Sturgeon's eye and kind of give her a shake of the head to do the same thing.
Why don't? I understand that this is maybe not for. This is not maybe rated G for general audiences. Why don't I just watch it and take that hit for the team? Because I know that you will remember me when it comes time to send money to my wife. So
Levi is there's a change in his affect over the course of this little investigation, and he sort of like almost does the mom arm to Mace, like pushes him back from the computer. I'm watching this. Turns out that protecting children is like his number one motivation and the only thing he truly cares about. And he's feeling some kind of way about this, like, kind of viewed Brianna Breyer as maybe the devil, and now like maybe not, like maybe she's someone who I completely agree with. I don't know. It's weird. This is something she watched every day and flagged every day. This is personal. This is something that is going to explain a lot, and he has to see it.
should the two of us watch it then?
I'm not going to be responsible for that. That's up to you.
Watch it. How bad can it be? It's just a video. It's just an image on the screen.
It appears to be a ceremony posted from the account of the Archdiocese of Quebec. It appears to be a hiring ceremony for the new Quebec Scoutmaster for Quebec Scouts of Canada. And it appears to be a brief signing and cake ceremony as the Scouts greet him and thank him for his new position. As sort of a local news item held at the church. So
no sandals.
What I was expecting.
Yeah.
Is that the city? Was that held in the city that the Abbey's in?
Yes, actually.
Probably close by.
Yeah. I'll let out a breath that I was holding while that after they hit play. Say, all right. So next thing, check metadata on that damn file.
Sure.
See if there's anything crazy hidden in the waveforms,
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again and look at the dude, the Scoutmaster.
Yeah, and let's
identify. Just gonna look up that name. Do we have a name of the Scoutmaster?
It's time. This is a whole new rabbit hole for sure.
Right.
Oh man, that Scoutmaster came up very recently in 2016 when he was revealed to be part of the P-Files, which would be the American Pervert Skiles for Scoutmasters known to participate in child pornography. He is now serving a 2-bit in Canada for running a child pornography ring out of the Quebec Scouts of Canada.
There it is.
Yep.
So what, 2 years?
No, 20.
20.
Okay,
20
better.
Like, yeah.
Damn.
No, he is down for a while. It was a pretty large scandal.
How old is the video with him being in?
Video dates back to about 2012. You could roll human if you watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely do
Let's
that.
do that.
All of us?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
anyone
mean,
can watch
this
it.
this is not a soul searing video. It's just
No, I mean all of us can roll because my human game is strong.
mine is not.
Mine's all right, but I still failed.
36 is a success.
Like, if you've been hired in a local position and you're a member of the church, you shake hands, you do the ribbon cutting. You don't do the, hey, like arm punchy, what's up, bro? Which is definitely what the pedophile does to Archbishop Reginald Vanderlei, the Archdiocese Archbishop of Quebec.
Overly familiar with him.
Mm-hmm.
What's Vanderlei's current situation?
Oh, he died of a drug overdose 3 weeks ago.
Well,
Drug
sometimes the
overdose,
trash takes itself out.
Sometimes the trash gets its house cleaned of evidence by its friends. Who
You can roll. I'd allow a human or an idea roll.
What was it? It was Vander what?
All is that
Reginald Vanderlei.
Is that int 5, int times 5 for idea? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I make the idea roll. In fact, I have an 11.
And I make the human to roll.
So that's a critical success on the intelligence.
Yeah, with a critical success, you realize you don't know how the blackmail is occurring, but that appears to be the MO. If you needed to blackmail someone showing that they hired a known pedophile to be the head of your scouts unit, would be a pretty damn good way to get them to do whatever you wanted. Furthermore, that'd be a pretty good way to get, I don't know, like a heretical Catholic text sealed away in a vault that no one should have access to. If you had to guess where the Heavenly Garden of Hypnos came from, it was probably from Vanderlei, and he appears to have been taken out with the trash.
Wait, so okay, so Briar was looking at this video, which someone was posting or sharing every day.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was for about 7 years, she was flagging it as criminal activity to be investigated, and Cogent was saying no evidence. Fine. Yeah.
Wait, 7 years?
Right.
That's before he's convicted.
Yes.
So she knew before.
She knew well before he was convicted in Quebec. And had been attempting getting the Cogent to do something.
So was she flagging this video from the same account, or like was a different person?
It was from her work account.
Well, like
So
who was
was
uploading the video?
What?
Who was uploading the video?
The video was uploaded on the Archdiocese of Quebec account.
So she went to that
church,
the Archdiocese page, and flagged it every single day, and
eventually Cogent just ignored it, all flags from her, and it stayed up because there was nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
All right. So, gang, help me think this through, because I'm dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think she was blackmailing Vanderlei to release Heavenly Garden to her, or to stick it in a sack and bury it under a rock?
No, I think that's how she got her hands on it.
Yeah, she knew about this well before this made the news. So I would guess she was. This was a personal issue for her. We don't know her involvement in it, but she either was a victim or knew a victim, is my guess. And somehow, through that connection, she got access to the pamphlet. And so this is a personal vendetta for her. And she turned to the Heavenly Gardens pamphlet for some reason and got something from it. Maybe the Scoutmaster was the one to figure out what the pamphlet does and taught her, or taught someone that then taught her. And
I'm going to see if I can find her home address or phone number.
Well, I made my bureaucracy
with accounting.
Let me step in here real quick, because yes, we need that information. But Mace, I need you to come with me. We have a couple of errands to run, and I'm going to need your help on them. So, you fellas, I'm sorry, not fellas. Sir Cassidy and Levi, can you dig up everything that you can on Brianna Breyer?
Yeah.
I mean, everything that you can on her. And number one. And number two, put together a game plan for us to get inside Cogent.
Well, there's another angle we should look at.
And mess with those chairs without getting
I think we need to look at the Sleep Institute too.
We definitely do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys to work on that while Mace and I run a couple of
Before I go, here is her address is here on her employment stuff. I don't know if that's still current. And Levi, here's the annotated map of camera blind spots at Cogent.
Thanks.
Yay! Planning a heist. You're totally qualified for that.
Yeah. Levi
I was never arrested for heisting.
Levi sure doesn't love the idea of, now we're doing our special secret errands, but he also doesn't want to get in a fist, knife, or gunfight with the person running this group. So,
are you? How does that express itself in character?
I feel like he just kind of has, like, his body language kind of stiffens and he gets a little cold. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, let's keep secrets from each other. That seems like a great idea while we're doing this.
The last time they went out with, to do something, they came back with tequila and margarita mix and a big thing of crushed ice.
maybe it's just they're coming back with cupcakes. Yeah,
surely the abrupt priority of that after the information we just found has no bearing on the beer thing.
We need to get really good Mexican food now.
Yeah, I mean, if neither Levi nor Cassidy actually says anything, if it's just sort of unhappy body language, then, I'm going to let that go.
Yeah. Again, he's not going to cause a fight over it, but he's not very happy.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be out?
What time of day is it? It's night now, right?
It's good. You had dinner, so it's like 6 or 7. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know for sure. I hope we'll be back before midnight.
Okay, how long should I wait before I make a run to the airport and hope I make it?
What do you need at the airport?
I'm saying how long should I wait before I assume you're not coming back?
If something like that happens, then get in touch with the wait to hear from Atkins. I'm sorry. Let me put it a better way. Call it 48 hours. It'll be a long ass 48 hours if it comes to that. But
okay. Okay.
What are we doing, boss? Should I call my wife?
It'll be all right. Just come on.
All right. I should call my wife, actually. She's she's a little jumpy. My brother is... He's a chaos agent. What you gonna do? So yeah,
Okay.
is there time for me to give her a ring?
Yeah, I'll
You're
drive.
calling your wife, or
Sure. Yeah.
are you being talked to by your handler? I don't know what's happening.
No, he can call while we're en route.
Yeah, you can call your wife. While you're hacking, it's pretty easy with bureaucracy to look up Brianna Breyer. She is currently 33 years old. She went to high school in Turkey Creek, Arizona. She was the child of Gene and Lynn Breyer. They owned a small horse ranch in that area. Gene and Lynn are reported dead in a car wreck on the interstate with a horse trailer. In about, what year was that? It appears to be in 2002.
Okay.
Breyer briefly attended the University of Arizona before dropping out. It appears to be because of the death of parents. She has been working as a content moderator at Cogent Engineering ever since.
Are there any records of what she did before high school, of where she was? Was she always in Arizona?
She was mentioned briefly in the Turkey Creek, Arizona paper as a scholarship winner. She wanted to go to school to become a vet.
Okay, but nothing. So we don't know what she did as a kid. But the Scoutmaster only showed up in 2012, right? He wasn't in.
She was an adult working for Cogent by then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we need to track down the Scoutmaster's movements as well to figure out to see if they ever met. But then, how did he? He didn't get access to the pamphlet until.
It appears that the Scoutmaster was in the American P files, and that was exposed as early as 2009.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It appears that she saw a known pedophile being actively hired for a position with children in Canada without a background check, and was crying to the heavens for anyone to fucking listen, and no one did. And then he got caught for doing weird pedophile stuff.
Okay. So she was just an observer and couldn't change it.
She saw it. It got flagged somehow in her mod profile, and she did her due diligence, and the company didn't want that.
The specific phrase for this is being a Cassandra.
Yeah.
The one
gift
who
of
sees
the curse of prophecy
coming and warns that the disaster's coming, keeps yelling that the disaster's coming.
Okay, so then how did she get access to the pamphlet then? That's, I guess, another question to be answered. Because unless that was part of unless she filed the Canadian case, but I don't think that would have been revealed. Well, we don't know. So I guess that's, yeah. How did she get the pamphlet then? If it wasn't personal, how did she get the pamphlet? Something to research. So
what the fuck would she want it for? Yeah.
So, by the way, I'm also going to be looking at flights and making a possible escape plan if they don't come back. So,
I fully support this.
What do you guys know that I don't?
You're not there. You're in the car with me. Talking to your wife. Everything's good with you.
Yeah. You're with the guy with the gun and the badge. You're the safest, technically.
All right, you call your wife. What are you asking? Yeah. Hello?
I'm gonna see. Hey, Carla. How are you doing?
Fine. He eats like a fucking 4-year-old, so I just put fish sticks in the oven. He thinks it's goddamn magic.
Yeah, if you get him anything that's shaped like a shit.
Yeah, he's
still there.
He didn't call you? He said he went outside and called you.
He did not call me. Why don't you put him on the phone now?
Jericho! You hear a guy coming. He's like, "Hey, what's up, bro?"
So Jericho, what's going on? Your house is not actually. I do not believe that your landlord is actually springing to get your place fumigated, however much it needs it. So, truth between brothers, right?
Look, man, it's no big deal. I just, I made a bet. It's going to take me a little while to cover it. I got to wait, I gotta wait for my Patreon to drop next month, so I just don't want to be around the house. It's fine.
Wow.
Okay, so you're not with whom are you in trouble?
Oh, don't worry. It's nothing. It's nothing you got to worry about. It's just some asshole. It's just an online bet thing.
Okay. Well, Carla isn't happy, and when Carla's not happy, that puts a pretty hard ceiling on how happy I can be. I wish I was there in town to help you navigate this. God is my witness, I wish that. But you're going to have to be very cool about this, right? I don't want anything to go down at my house in front of my family, which I know you don't either.
It's not going to happen, man. It's fine. I'm just going to hang out. I'll mow your lawn. You want your lawn mowed? I'm off work tomorrow, so yeah, I got that taken care of. I love you, bro. Anyway, I got to fit. My dinner's getting cold.
Yeah, put Carla back on.
Yeah, she puts on. You hear a sigh, designating that Carla is back on the phone. Yeah.
I got great news that it's not the cops looking for him. So, if anyone shows up looking for him, you just do what you have to do. All right? Your job is not to be his bodyguard. He's gonna mow the lawn, is what he said.
I gotta go into work tomorrow. You know, if anything's stolen, it's not my fault.
I know that.
I can't watch him every second of the day.
You don't.
When are you going to be back? What's going on out there?
Fascinating things. I'll tell you all about it when I'm back. But I'm making some really good connections. I'm meeting some very valuable, important people, and I think it could really turn out well for us. I want to really reward the loyalty you've shown me, Carla, and I'm hoping this will let me do that. Okay. I'm actually in a car with the boss right now, so I should let you go.
Okay.
All right.
Where are you going on an errand, Martinez?
Yeah. And I'm like, man, it's going to be really awkward if you now.
You people are way too paranoid. So, by the way, Mace, just while we have the chance here, yesterday you were very concerned about seeing some kind of reward for the work that you're putting in here. All right. So on the number one, we've got you or your company on the payroll for consulting fees. Nice. Which is a little. It's not the start and the end of the world, but I think the bigger takeaway for you ought to be if this thing goes smoothly for me, for us as a team, but I say me at this point because I'm the one that's been around longest of our team here. If the thing goes smooth, then I'll kind of hold my badge up. Mm-hmm. Then you have an FBI agent owes you a favor.
That ain't nothing. I'll, hold out my fist for the fist bump.
I'll kind of look at him like he's an insane person and put the badge back. Okay, in the meantime, what we need to do is buy some fentanyl and a drop gun.
Now I see where I'm heading. Okay.
All right.
That would be what, tradecraft?
So that's what we're after. I'm when we set out. In fact, I'll
a gun in Arizona. I almost don't want to let you roll. Like, go to a vending machine. Yeah, sure. If you have an FBI agent and a professional criminal. And 6 hours of free time. You can find Payton a gun.
I changed into my scuzzy clothes, by the way.
You walk down the street and punch a trash barrel
right
on the ground.
It drops out with a fully cooked ham.
Falls out with the ding 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 sound like Mario Brothers.
Mace just rolls down the window. Hey you in the bodega.
Look, meat on a bone. The bone is also fentanyl. Yeah.
It'll take a while, and because you are not from the area, but it will not.
Right.
I will not make you fail to find fentanyl in America.
9mm drop gun.
Yeah,
It's the most common
a 9mm
gun in the
pistol.
world, but
yeah, just scrape
it has
enough
to
gutters.
specifically be
and
that,
you'll find
right?
one.
To be that.
So
How much-
while you're working
how
on
much
that,
fentanyl do you need? Like a pillowcase? What are we talking here?
Enough that if the feds are about to look in your room, you will lose your shit and get yourself killed.
When you say you, that's a general you, not a me specifically you.
The hypothetical,
Right. Okay.
royal you.
Yeah. We'll.
important point of clarification.
Yeah, no, I don't mean you personally at this point, just in general.
Okay, sure. So yeah,
I'll give him a smile. That was humor.
I'll look at him like he's a crazy person. But I will do my damnedest to help this man get his 9mm and his fentanyl.
Yeah, I figure between the two of us, my 10 years as an undercover narc and his years as a whatever he is,
A flim-flam man.
we shouldn't have too much trouble.
An internet supplement salesman. Thank you.
Right, entrepreneur.
Online entrepreneur. Okay, yeah. So, and then we just go straight home?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to get more tequila. I don't want more tequila.
The fentanyls enough.
Oh, no.
You don't overdo it.
Bad
Tuesday,
crossfade.
What is Team Hacker doing? You find that you find pretty much everything you can about Brianna Breyer up until she joins Cogent, and then her Facebook profile goes pretty dead. She appears to have lost enthusiasm for the platform after seeing the sausage be made. But not much of a social media presence or any online presence after that.
Shocked.
Yeah.
It's like
I
the
just
thing with the barista who doesn't want to go home after a hard day's work and make a full pot of coffee.
Yeah.
I just want to do a boring, lay out everything in writing. But the thing that I want to find and don't think I probably will is why the fuck she wanted that. That is really stuck in Levi's brain. Why would she go so far out on a limb as to fucking blackmail a highly placed clergy person to get this specific thing that it doesn't even make sense for her to know about? And what the fuck does she want it for?
Well, we don't.
Everything.
That code cipher was top of the line in 1793, and it's what you learn to train in a code book for college. It's work of a couple minutes. You could get in there and see what's in that pamphlet.
Oh god.
I mean, you're both just sitting behind laptops.
Yeah, we finished what they asked us.
Wait,
for,
do we have the cipher solution then? Or the key for it?
like 20 minutes?
No, you just haven't done it yet. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
the two
yeah,
of you are like, you want to break this
literally
cipher?
the thing you've
Or you want to watch
thing
this
you've both
Bridgerton
been
thing
training
everyone's
for.
talking about.
Yeah.
The thing you've both been training for your whole careers.
Wait, did I miss something? Do we know that she blackmailed the bishop to get it, or is that speculation?
It's speculation based on.
Okay. So we haven't proven it yet, but
No, but we get through the part that we can do in 20 or 30 minutes. We find ourselves sort of just looking at each other, looking
Hanging out
over
in the desert garden.
yeah.
It's either crack this code or have regrettable sex. Those are pretty much your options.
I was gonna say we could look at her work pattern and but no, let's do the cipher.
Yeah.
All right, who's taking the hit? I assume it's going to be weird, and I don't need to dress up the weird with you like I did with Mace. This is going to be fucking awful, probably.
Cassidy also saw the wall walk, right?
All right, here I'll roll a die and you choose.
So you're flipping a coin. Literally flipping a coin.
I'll choose even. What's up?
Okay.
Is that heads or tails?
3. So you have to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting whatever kind of sensory deprivation, like, yeah, you should probably just like go hang out
I'll
in
watch
the
you from
bathroom in the
across the
hall or
room.
something.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Close
probably,
enough that I can poke you with a broom if you start to seize and
Yeah, maybe
Correct.
put your weapons over on my side of the room.
That's
before-
a great idea. I'll
Yeah.
do that. Yep. It's time to figure out the cipher.
Okay. With your SIGINT, you translate it. It's individual letters picked out of the larger text. The code cipher tells you how many letters to skip. They do form words in French, so you've got to translate them into the French and then translate the French into English. And then the words are as follows. It is the words inhabit dream flesh. It is 3 page numbers in a book called L'Anatomie de, and it's just a very long-winded anatomy text from revolutionary France that you've never heard of. They are literally just page numbers referenced in it. And then it says, ingest 3 drams, sleep under God's music, become the other soul.
Become the 3 drams of what?
It literally says inhabit dream flesh. It gives you 3 page numbers from an ancient French anatomy text that you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says listen under the sleep of God, become the other soul.
Wait, didn't it say the music of God?
Yeah, the
Yeah. Ingest.
Well, it said something about drams. Drams of.
What's
Does it
the
say
music?
drams of what?
That's probably in that other book.
Specification. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When
Okay,
you
so-
go to thank God for JSTOR.
Right.
This is Gutenberged in. You can pull up a PDF. It doesn't look particularly archaic unless you are, say, a 17th century French naturalist looking to debride the pineal gland of sloths, which is the diagram and method of how to do it.
Oh. Okay. So it's 3 drams of sloth pineal gland. Yeah.
Third eye.
Very carefully extracted.
Very carefully extracted. God, do we have to fucking look for sloth imports into Phoenix in the last 6 months?
Do you have pharma
Do I have pharmacy? I don't know.
or medicine, biology?
Let me look.
Nope.
Not Mace. He was
That's
getting
it
laid while
all.
people were doing that nerd shit.
The wrong nerd shit.
Yeah, that's what the experts and advisors.
Yeah, I have mathematics, but not that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send this upstream probably when Martinez gets back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna.
There also is a name,
What is the name?
De Gaulle.
Any particular name that goes with De Gaulle? De Gaulle is like a
It's
surname.
just an A. It's an A De Gaulle. It's the signature and code.
So that's
Where is that? Where is that found?
At the bottom of that's the last bit of the cipher. The ciphers
like
inhabit
the
dream flesh, the
byline.
page numbers, the 2 lines, and then a name.
De Gaulle's not in the anatomy book, right?
No.
So I'm guessing De Gaulle is the author.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm not
Mhm.
100% sure. I'm gonna look at the Insomnia Institute again, and see if they've been getting any lab animals. Is that something I can look up?
Or if
Or
they
computer
employ
sense?
someone named Andre or
Yeah, look up
Avery or Astrid.
Yeah, also get
look for-
a personnel list too. But yeah, 19.
You can't find any name of De Gaulle on their workplace records. and nor a Degaulle or of any kind. And if they had lab animals, you don't know where they store them. That doesn't appear to be something they were interested in.
Do they have a Brianna or a Briar on staff? Or
no.
Okay.
I'd also allow idea checks.
Make an idea check.
Yeah, we're bouncing
31. Yeah, I make that.
Here.
Yeah.
You don't know how the Revolutionary War French pamphlet got over into Oka, Quebec, because that's where it was stored. There's no reason to store a French Revolutionary heretical Catholic pamphlet in Canada unless someone took it there.
Okay.
When you search de Gaulle and Oka, Quebec, there is a archived court account from the year from the year 1893.
Jeez.
There was one Antonin de Gaulle, a Trappist monk, at the recently formed in 1882 Notre Dame du Lac, who was murdered at the age of 72 by Graham Desarantian of the local Mohawk reservation. He was killed in the street. It was reported as a religiously motivated crime, as Desarantonian was an Anglican.
Okay.
Those notoriously violent Anglicans?
It was the
It briefly
ecumenical.
mentions that the indigenous man claimed that Father de Gaulle was doing something to the children on the reservation school. This was, of course, dismissed as madness. And it was obviously a hate crime by a horrible, monstrous person.
Okay.
In 2018, there were over 50 bodies discovered from the reservation school in the Mohawk Reservation in Oka, Quebec, that at that time was run by the monks of Notre Dame du Lac.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Levi takes a little walk.
Okay, we still... It gets closer, but it still doesn't explain how Brianna found out about it, unless that was reported as part of that, but I don't see how they would know about de Gaulle. I mean, or like how de Gaulle embedded a cipher into a script written a century early, into a pamphlet written a century earlier. So
Fucking brain hurts. Maybe I do hope they bring back margaritas again.
yeah.
We got something stronger than margaritas, but not for you.
So Brianna's probably using the Institute to get access to the drugs as some sort of substitute for the drams that you need for this. And she is somehow becoming the other soul. Like she used it on the kid to hand Hunter that message.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So she's able to access information that she's not supposed to have by doing that.
But for what? I mean,
So I think we need to be really careful about interacting with her, because as soon as she knows about us, she'll use that stuff against us.
well,
So if she doesn't already know about us, Hunter may have talked to her at this point.
there's a whole lot of fucked up what.
Or she may get the information from Hunter.
But not a lot of
worry,
why,
that only leads
not a
to
lot
my
of
cell
how.
phone.
Right, but then if she knows we don't know how it works. We don't know how she's able to access information. She might be able to track you from your meeting with Hunter.
Oof. Have Mike and I shown back up at this point?
Yeah,
I would assume
it's
all this conversation was later.
Yeah.
Did Mace have to smoke
it's like 11:30 p.m. It's getting pretty late. Yeah.
Did Mace have to smoke PCP to prove that he was a cop?
No,
to him.
you bought pills off high school.
I trust
it's
that
fine.
you're not a police.
Yeah. The deal went down outside of Sonic. It was real hard. You got a limeade with your Fent.
Yeah.
Oh God,
we didn't have to leave the car.
I can imagine Mace like super preparing, checking his disguise, working on his local slang, and
okay.
Sonic suggest what special mix of drinks pairs well with the Fent.
right.
If she can become as other soul, if that means she can control other people, then
Does
she's
it?
the one. Well, I mean, this is a guess, but we've seen.
So you guys, I'm just gonna try and walk a step or two back from the brink here, because if what you're saying is true and that this is that time's crossed up, then okay, anything's possible. But
I'll sort of hold a hand up and say forward and say, listen, Mace, what's going on here obviously is some kind of crazy, crazy conspiracy of insane people, and it's our job to think like they think.
mm-hmm.
So
when they said,
as
said,
you were, Sturgeon.
so it said there's the music of God, right? Do you suppose that's that wind chimes thing from the recordings?
That could be the music of God. Yes.
The Ib flute.
Yeah, the Ib flute. But we've seen people acting very uncharacteristic of themselves, or we've had reports of this. The child passing the note to Hunter. I would guess also Ashley shooting.
Yeah.
Bill
Probably.
Tiller acting very shook up, very surprised, like he didn't know what he was doing or he didn't control himself. Then also,
which one was Bill Tiller?
He was the one who probably shot Ashley in the elevator.
See, I think he was just
covered it up.
My
Or
guess is
covered
he was just. My guess is he was just shook up because he just shot somebody, and that's.
Well, maybe then was Ashley being controlled.
You also have
People-
a note that you haven't opened. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need to look at the note.
I forgot all about the damn note.
What I was going to say with this become dream self, it almost sounds like this and I'm looking at the whiteboard. I'm like, so Hain is the dream self of Casey Rutherford. Ak Ilhua is the dream self of Wes Hotman, and Aubergine is the dream self of Hunter Mueller.
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But yeah, let's look at the note.
Well,
what are you using to open it?
yeah, the note.
We'll open it outside with a
Yeah.
mask on.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, do I have access to anything like a crime lab, like a chemical lab or something like that?
With FBI training, it's pretty easy to come up with a fingerprinting kit on the fly.
And
and
presumably Mace brought his
UV light and shit like that. What I'm concerned about is fingerprints and weird substances, and that there might be some horrible poison or drug.
Mace brought his forgery kit.
Oh yeah, that would definitely do it.
Yeah.
And it might have that chemical that you put on paper and it makes the paper briefly transparent.
Yeah, just making sure that we're not in for any ugly surprises.
Yeah, you're doing that in your room, though.
Yeah, you don't see you see a single bit of cardstock. You can't quite read the writing when you put the thing on it. It's cleared on the black light. You can cleanly tell there's fingerprints on it, and you get a lift. But it doesn't appear to have a powder or any kind of gel on it. It just appears to have been unopened because it was smashed in between a billion coupon folders that a man never expected to need.
All right. All right. So I'll get the phone out, with or the camera, and kind of be watching through the camera, like video, as and I'll tell whoever's nearest or whoever. I guess Mace is helping with this. He had the kit, so I'll say just cut it open, put the card down, so I can get a photo of it on the in here.
All right.
Try to avoid
loves it. Mace would have just torn this open, but seeing how these guys are treating it like it's radioactive, he's got the nitrile gloves and the mask, and cuts it open, slides it out. Is it a folded up piece of paper or just a little card?
It's a single sheet of cardstock. It appears to have some pretty nice handwriting on it. In pen.
What's it say?
Le sang de enfant est aussi rouge que le sang du Christ, et il pardonne tout au sang. And then the back of the card says, fuck you.
In the same nice handwriting?
Mm-hmm.
So that the blood of children is like the blood of Christ?
The blood of the child is as red as the blood of Christ and equally forgiving.
Oh, she blamed him for the for some,
Do we have any forms copies of forms or access to forms that Brianna filled out?
You could probably get that when you go to Cogent. There would probably be scans of that somewhere.
And we also need to know, does she know French?
I mean, she could have fucking gotten...
Do you know French? Because you translated it the same way. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, but I mean, right. I mean, I don't know, but...
I mean, she could have
sometimes
taught
there's a
herself.
difference between, sometimes what you can get out of Google Translate is not exactly right. It's just
with your bureaucracy, she took French 1 and 2 in high school.
So that's a start.
Zoot allure.
All right, so everybody, I think let's do your best to get some rest tonight. And do we have a plan now for getting into Cogent tomorrow night?
I will say, with your janitor uniforms that you stole from Hoffman's basement, plus some creative camera placement, you could be rearranging chairs, and by that, moving them off the camera, slicing them open in a horrible act of vandalism, and then carefully putting them back in the cubicle. Yeah,
I don't think it's that horrible.
Yeah.
As far as acts of vandalism go, shit. It's not like pooping in someone's lunch.
All right.
Yeah, so I think let's crash for the night, and then we've got a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just don't mind me.
Oh no.
Do.
Nothing bad can happen to us. We're asleep. We're safely off in slumber. Yeah.
Actually, Martinez, you wake up, your phone goes off.
Okay, I'll look at it. Is it important?
It's your sister.
Okay. How late is it?
It's like 2 a.m.
Fuck. Okay, I'll answer.
It's the time of night where no phone calls are.
You just hear like a child screaming in the background, and your sister saying, "I'm calling. Come on, it's okay, honey. I'm calling. Hello,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah. What's going on?
What's the name of the youngest?
Wendy. She's 3.
I don't. Wendy's real upset. She's just real upset right now, and I can't get her to go back to bed.
Yeah, well, but you want me to talk to her? Put her on. Maybe it'll surprise her enough to,
Did you say something before you left? She keeps calling out for you.
No, I just spoke to you, making plans for the birthday party.
Yeah, you just hear weeping on the background. It's okay, honey. Here. Puts it up to your ear. You hear a sniveling little girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Wendy, sweetie, did you have a bad dream? This is your Uncle Mike.
Yeah. The man with the eyes. The gray eyes. He said you had to stop.
He did. That sounds awfully silly, sweetie. What? Tell me more about this man with the gray eyes.
He took my goats. The man, he took my goats and he hurt them, and he said you had to stop.
Wow. Well, listen, sweetie. This is just a nightmare. It's just bad dreams. So you need to settle down.
Okay, but you stopped the bad man, right? He said he'd come back if you didn't leave the desert garden. Yeah,
okay, don't. That. Yeah. Succeeded on the sanity roll.
Yep, she can't know where you're at right now.
Oh no, of course not. No, I'll kind of clench my teeth for a second and then take a breath and force myself to stay in child talking mode. Yeah. And say, hey, listen, sweetie, you need to do as your mommy says and go back to sleep, and don't have any dreams. And then in the morning, everything will be fine. You don't remember any of it.
Just don't dream.
Okay.
Gets on. Thanks, Mike. Sorry, I just couldn't get her to calm down. I've never seen her like this. It was.
Hey, yeah,
a nightmare.
Of course. Oh, that's nuts. Poor kid. Yeah. No. Did she watch something scary? He says, perhaps unconvincingly.
No. It was just frozen again.
Yeah.
It was frozen again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's just
all right. Well, look. Just let me know how she does. All right. Poor thing. If she was thinking about me, I'm thinking about her. We want to keep an eye on her.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And we.
Oh boy.
We have a. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna get everybody up. Go around.
2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock on the doors.
Actually, I think that would be a good place to stop it. I don't really want to see. I really want to start next week with you waking everybody up. That would be great.
Plan B: we just go shoot Brianna. We just go to her house and shoot her. Just shoot
that's
her.
something that Levi will just be fine with.
Yeah.
So before we end the game and take questions, in order to set up for next week, I am going to need Mace and Levi to roll.
Roll what?
You want to be higher than the other guy.
Uh-oh.
I didn't
50,
watch the video.
50.
82.
92?
82.
82. Oh, 50. All right. So Greg and I, we need to do a little one-on-one role play before we meet again for episode 3 of Insolent Impulse. Because it turns out that at nighttime, Hunter Mueller goes to sleep, and apparently he's pretty talkative. We're gonna see what Mace's podcast sounds like.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so that was it for episode 2. Questions, comments, reactions. We can talk to the chat now. Hi, Baz. We missed you.
Hello.
Hi, Baz.
Hi.
Oh boy.